Hello everyone! This video is intended to provide an overview of recent online content circulating within K-pop communities regarding the group Illit. The purpose of this video is informational, to summarize what has been reported, clarify context, and explain how users can appropriately respond to harmful online activity. This is not intended to target any fandom as a whole, promote conflict, or generate speculation. It is focused strictly on documented online behavior that has been shared publicly. Trigger warning! Before continuing, this video will briefly reference online harassment threats and discussions of potential harm directed toward public figures. While no graphic details will be described, the subject matter may be sensitive for some viewers. Since their debut, Illit has been involved in public discussion and comparison within the K-pop industry, particularly in relation to new jeans. Some online users have raised claims regarding similarities in concept styling and promotional direction. These discussions increased following broader corporate disputes involving HYBE and 8door's former CEO Min Hee-jin. Because of this, the timeline completely split. You had one side defending Illit, pointing out that overlapping concepts happen all the time in the industry, while the other side heavily criticized the group over perceived plagiarism. But over time, a toxic portion of this discourse shifted away from criticizing the companies or industry practices and started directly targeting the individual members of Illit. This shift is crucial to understand because it's exactly how standard K-pop criticism crossed the line into localized, severe hostility against specific girls. It's one thing to debate concepts or music that happens every day in entertainment, but this situation is about content that goes way past standard anti-behavior and enters the territory of targeted harassment and actual threats. Recently, screenshots from an online Telegram group chat dedicated to anti-Illit content have been going viral across X, TikTok, and Reddit. The receipts floating around allegedly show straight-up threat statements toward the members. People talking about tracking their schedules and real-life movements. Relentless, targeted harassment aimed at specific individuals. Group chat logs detailing actual plans for physical harm. According to the fan accounts translating and sharing these leaks, certain members, specifically Yuna and Mocha, seem to be targeted the most frequently in these chats. On top of that, some of the messages include terrifying scenarios involving harmful chemical substances during fan interactions. Obviously, the actual capability or real-life intent behind these anonymous chat logs can't be independently verified by regular users. But regardless of whether these people are just edgelords chasing clout or a genuine threat, platform safety guidelines treat any talk of physical harm against public figures with zero tolerance. To understand why the community is collectively losing its mind over this, we need to look at exactly what was being said inside these chats. The Telegram channel and direct threats. The screenshots come from a public private Telegram channel using names like Floplit. The admins explicitly stated in text that they were preparing an assassination attempt on Illit. The channel description is filled with incredibly unhinged language, using hashtags to rally specific sub-fandoms and calling for extreme violence against HYBE stans. Even wilder, the admins were actively trying to recruit people on the ground in South Korea, offering up to $500 for anyone willing to spy on the members' day-to-day locations. 2. Doxing, stalking, and location tracking. This goes way beyond standard keyboard warrior behavior. The leaked logs show users bragging about successfully tracking the group in real life. People inside the chat were openly coordinating to figure out flights, hotel stays, and private schedules to feed into these harassment campaigns, proving that some of these users are actively trying to breach the group's privacy offline. 3. Deep faking and digital abuse of minors. The leaks also expose how deep the toxicity goes, extending all the way to the members' childhoods. Fans on X recently uncovered that users in this Telegram group took a pre-debut childhood photo of member Iroha from when she was literally only 6 years old and maliciously ran it through AI tools to generate an inappropriate deepfake. The fact that these communities are targeting a minor with that level of digital abuse is sad, and exactly why fans are demanding immediate legal action instead of just standard platform reports. 4. Weaponizing fan gifts with chemicals. This is where it gets terrifying, and easily the most alarming part of the screenshots involves detailed text discussing how to smuggle chemical agents into upcoming fan sign events. Chloroform. Messages from accounts like Floproll discussed finding people willing to pass soft plushies soaked in chloroform directly to the members, explicitly typing out that it knocks a person out, damages the lungs. Sevoflurane. Another screenshot shows a video still of a blue plush shark being injected with a syringe. The text overlay claims the user was demonstrating how they injected sevoflurane, a medical-grade anesthetic gas, into a toy meant to be handed to Mocha. Again, we can't verify if these videos are real or just fake shock value content, but the explicit imagery of weaponizing gifts at a fan sign has everyone on high alert. Because of the timing and the wording in some of these screenshots, a lot of posts are trying to pin this entirely on the bunnies fandom. But it's important to clarify, there is absolutely zero proof that these unhinged chat logs represent the entire fandom. K-pop fan bases are massive and global. Every single fandom has a toxic, extreme subfringe, and the actions of a few anonymous accounts in a dark corner of Telegram shouldn't be used to generalize millions of regular fans. Keeping this distinction clear is the only way to avoid turning a serious security issue into a superficial fan war. For anyone wondering how this affects upcoming events, entertainment companies usually have protocols for these exact situations. We're talking about heavy staff supervision at public venues and fan signs, strict screening, scanning, or just outright banning physical gifts from being handed directly to the artists, increased bodyguards and security details at airport arrivals and venues. The industry has unfortunately dealt with severe stalking, privacy invasion, and anti-escalation before, so these safety measures exist for a reason. What you can actually do. Response actions. If you run into these accounts or see these screenshots floating around on your timeline, do not start screaming at them in the comments. Direct engagement is exactly what they want. Instead, follow standard internet safety practice. 1. Document everything. Take clean screenshots, copy the exact usernames, grab the unique user IDs, and copy the direct links. 2. Do not amplify, do not quote retweet them, do not tag your friends to go argue with them, and do not make call-out posts that give them free clout. 3. Report quietly. Send everything directly to the official channels. HYBE has a dedicated legal and safety reporting portal specifically for this. AATTS protecthybecorp.com will be linked in description. When you submit a report, keep it professional. Drop the links, attach the receipts, state the facts, and leave out the emotional paragraphs. The legal teams just need the data to fast-track the takedowns. General online safety guidance. At the end of the day, algorithm optimization means that the more you fight a troll, the more the platform pushes their content onto other people's feeds. The playbook for dealing with this level of toxic content is incredibly simple. Document, report, disengage. The screenshots moving through the community right now are genuinely alarming, and it makes total sense why everyone is incredibly worried about the group's safety. While we can't know for sure what's a real-life threat and what's just online noise, it highlights a massive problem with deepfakes, doxing, and online harassment in modern fan spaces. The main takeaway here isn't to start a massive fan war or use this for fandom points. The priority is making sure this content is handled quietly and swiftly through the proper legal and corporate channels so the members stay safe. Focus on documenting, reporting, and protecting, and leave the speculation behind. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me.